Hello, sea lions and dolphins. It is time for literacy today. So your literacy lesson today, we're going to do some dictionary work. Now, you've done dictionary work a few times this year, so you should be pretty sharp on it. But we always can do with practicing these kind of things because dictionaries are really important and we need to know the meaning of words, obviously, otherwise we can't use them. So it's a really good opportunity to do this. Now, don't worry if you're sitting there thinking, I haven't got a dictionary at home. It's okay. If you've got a dictionary at home, brilliant. Pause the video now if you haven't already gone and got it. Pause the video, go and get your dictionary, and that's brilliant. If you haven't, don't worry, because we have an online dictionary ready for you. Now, the online dictionary will be in the Sway presentation. So I'm going to show you on here how to use it, but you just need to go to the Sway presentation to click on the link. So again, if you didn't do that before watching the video, that's fine. You can go and click on it after, but I'll show you how to use it now. So obviously you're happy using it. So I'm going to share my screen with you now, and I'm going to share our Active Inspire video. And then I'm going to talk you through our lesson, talk you through dictionary work, and then show you the website as well if you need it, and talk about your task. So our lesson objective today is to use a dictionary to find the meaning of words. So how to use a dictionary. I'm going to do this quite quickly because, like I said, I think a lot of you will have a good idea how to use a dictionary. We've done it a few times this year, and also you impressed us when you came to us in year 4 with your dictionary knowledge. So I think I can go through this fairly quickly. And also, like I said, a lot of you are going to be using the website option today because I think that quite a few of you might not have a dictionary at home. I was surprised to find I didn't. I looked around and I was quite shocked to find I didn't. So, you know, might have to go and get one. So how to use a dictionary. So the first thing you need to do is choose a word to find. So let's say the word you're going to find is clock. So the first thing you'd think, well, what letter does the word start with? It starts with C. So the first thing we need to do is choose a word, clock, otherwise we can't look it up in the dictionary, get a dictionary and open it. And then what we need to do is find words that begin with C. Now you could open the dictionary and just find the first page in front of you that begins with C. But actually a better idea is to find a page with C words on them, but then go back until the C's start. And that way, you know you're at the beginning of the C's and therefore you can't possibly miss your word if you keep going through. And how you know you're there, apart from the fact obviously words will start to begin with B, is generally there's a big version of the letter. So there'll be a big letter C, usually with like a coloured background behind it that's much bigger, like the writing will be tiny and there'll be this big letter C. And it'll tell you that this is the start of the C's. So we need to find the beginning of the C's because that's our first letter. Once we've done that, we need to start looking at the second letter because we don't want to just turn the page through all of the C words. So the second letter in clock is L. So we then need to think, well, now we'll look for words that begin CL. So now we can turn the pages, but we don't have to look at every word. We just need to find words that begin with CL. Now, at the top of each page, when you look at dictionary, usually they have some words. And so you can look at those and that will generally give you an idea of what words are on that page. But also, as well as that, you can also just look at the words on the page. We just need to find words that begin with CL. Once we've done that, we look at the third letter. So the third letter is O. So now we need to think, well, now we need to find words that begin CLO. And you can just narrow it down until you find your word using the next letter each time. And when you found your word, what's really important is you need to record it accurately, because there's no use it being in the dictionary accurately, but then it's not in your work accurately, because then there was, you know, we could have guessed at the meaning. So when you're recording it, we'll show you how to record it for your work in a minute. What you'll generally see in the dictionary is you'll see the word, you'll see what kind of word it is. Is it a verb, adverb, adjective, noun, things like that. And then it'll have a sentence telling you what it means. And then it'll have a few examples in a certain context. So there's quite a bit of information there. We don't need all of it today. So when we talk to you in a minute about how to record your work, just listen to how we want you to record it, because we don't need all of that information. So there's 10 words we want you to find. Now, my advice would be to pause the video now and write down the 10 words on a scrap piece of paper or something, not in your workbook, just so you've got all 10 words. So when I go on now to show you how to record your work, I go to show you how to use the website, and I talk a bit longer at you, you don't have to find this bit in the video and pause it again. I just advise you to pause it now and write down the 10 words, and that way you've got them all before I move on. So I do that now. If you don't worry, you can always come back. It's not too hard to find, but my advice would be just to pause it now. So the 10 words you need to find are brink, infrared, toppling, clam, craned, gleefully, jabbed, scuttling, hither and thither, and torso. So some really interesting words, and you know, I'd be surprised if any of you know the meaning of all of them, which makes it nice because you can look up all the different meanings, and I find it quite fun. So now let's talk about how we want you to record your work. So we want you to do 2 things for each word. So you've got 10 words, so you'll be doing 20 things. So we want you to record the meaning first. And when we say record the meaning, what we want you to do is write the word. So let's say the word again is clock. We want to write the word clock, write a dash, and then write the sentence that the dictionary gives you of the meaning. So you can see we've done that on the screen here with the word brink. So it says brink dash the edge or margin of a steep place. So the edge of a tall building or a cliff or a hill or something like that. That's when you're on the brink, you're on the edge of something tall and steep. Now what we want you to do is create a sentence using it that is related to the Iron Man story. So we've done an example. The Iron Man stood on the brink of the cliff top. So you remember that's at the very beginning, isn't it, of the story, that the Iron Man standing on the brink of the cliff top. So it's what we want you to do. Write the word, dash, 1 sentence about what it means, straight from the dictionary, and then make up your own sentence related to the Iron Man using the word. Now, if you have a dictionary at home, that's all you need to know. So if you want to stay to look at the website, you're absolutely welcome, but you can actually stop the video now and go and get on with your work. If you are not as keen or don't have a dictionary at home, don't worry, because what we're going to do now is going to show you how to use that website. Like I say, the link is on the Sway, but we'll show you how to use it now. So here we go. So this is the page that comes up. It's called the Cambridge Dictionary, and it does all the English language. So there's 2 ways you can look up words. You can either do it a bit like the dictionary, and you can click on the letter, and that will bring up all the words beginning with that letter. But a quicker, easier way to do it is to type in the word in the search bar at the top. So I've typed in clock. I now press enter. And here we go. So it's got the word clock. It's got what type of word it is, a noun. It's also, if you click on these speakers, someone actually says it as well for you, so you can hear the exact pronunciation. Now, these are the bits where we need. So if you were doing clock for your work today, which I know you're not, but let's say this is an example, you'd write down clock, and then you'd write a dash, and then you'd write a device for measuring and showing time, usually found in or on a building and not worn by a person. So that is the definition of clock. So you'd write clock, dash, and then that sentence there, and that's the definition done. Excuse me. And then what you need to do is you need to then write your sentence underneath related to the Iron Man using the word. So you have got some examples down here. The clock began to strike 12. We have an antique clock on our mantelpiece. So there's some nice examples here, but obviously we need it to relate to the Iron Man. So although you could use these to help you with the meaning, I wouldn't want you to copy any of those because they won't relate to the Iron Man. So that is your work today. I hope you all understand what your task is. Like I say, if you have a dictionary at home, you're good to go. If not, follow the link on the Sway and that will take you to that dictionary website I just showed you. Look up the 10 words, write the word, dash, definition, and then use it in a sentence underneath. As ever, we'd love to see some of your work. So if you have the opportunity to show us it, that would be great. I hope you all have a good day. Email us if you have any problems. Enjoy the lesson, and I will see you later for maths.